As you see, I'm out here in sunny Palm Springs, Indian Wells, about to play some tennis with Felix Mishka. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I hope you guys can enjoy the video. You'll get a little bit of backstory to who Felix is, and also what his plans are for the years to come. We also play some fun points as well, and ask him a few questions too. He's making absolute waves in the tennis scene on YouTube, so I highly recommend you guys check him out.
Very cool opportunity to play tennis with Felix. He's an awesome guy and an amazing content creator. We started off nice and light, just rallying, getting a little bit into the flow of what we're going to do later. One thing that I'd like to mention is that it is very, very warm here in Indian Wells. The balls are bouncing very high and very jumpy off the strings. So unfortunately, my racket was strung a little bit tighter and I was able to absorb some of Felix's big, powerful shots. But you'll see later, he really rocked the ball. Firstly, to describe the types of balls that Felix was hitting to me were very heavy with a lot of weight behind the ball. He's a big, strong guy, so therefore he was able to put a lot of big, powerful shots behind his game. And this definitely helped going into the match. Personally, I knew I had to be very consistent and try to absorb a lot of his power, as I was going to definitely be on the back foot most of the time when playing. As we play some of the points, I'm going to break down them and give you my personal thoughts. Enjoy, guys. First point of the match, I had a second serve, kick serve down the tee. Felix managed to push me behind the baseline, therefore pushing me really deep and back on my backhand with his heavy forehand. He did this again on the second point, cross-court forehand, definitely not getting that one back. I could already tell I would be on the back foot for most of this match if I wasn't able to try to dictate or try to change things up. Threw in a little drop shot. This was a great way just to change it up. I don't really want to be staying at the baseline just trading the entire time because I'm not really going to be winning that many points. Felix had a few different options here, drop shot or forehand drive. He chose with the drop shot. Didn't come off this time, but I like the idea. Another very good point from Felix. Big first serve to my forehand. I blocked it in, therefore he had open court, cross court. I like the intention here of a serve and volley as I blocked the last one. This time I was able to get a nice little passing shot. On to the next point. The difference in this point is I decided to try to impose myself by stepping down the court with attacking and playing more offensive tennis and got a nice little drop volley here. As you can see in this point, it didn't turn out the way I expected. Great point from Felix. My serves in these courts is the kick serve wide as the ball jumps really wide and it has that little lefty kicker. Felix does a great job as well with pushing me wide. I managed to pull him wide on this forehand, then had a backhand open court to hit the net. And then I decided to try to put a bit more pressure with stepping in on my backhand side. And unfortunately, Felix just missed this forehand.
My normal game style is not standing this far back, but I'm standing 2 meters behind the baseline, if not 3, depending on the serve. Balls are jumping so high.
On this serve, I tried to tuck Felix in on a body serve. He hit a ball a little bit deeper, and I tried to go big down the line. Probably not the best shot to go for at that moment, but in the moment, you just sometimes feel it. One thing that I try to also keep adding is the drop shot element this way to change up the different speeds, and also keeping Felix on his toes to try to not always just trade from the baseline. A nice little rally here where we're just trading down the center. Felix gets an opportunity and goes for it.
Hey guys, I'm here with Felix from the Tennis Brothers. I highly recommend you checking him out. He's got some absolute awesome content all about the Pro Tour and he's documenting his journey. I'd like to ask Felix a few questions today. We're out here in sunny Palm Springs and enjoying some tennis out here. How's your trip been out here so far, mate?
Good. I've been here for about 2-3 days. Was in Florida the last week. But I mean, it's pretty much unlike any other tennis environment I've been in. It doesn't compare to the UK, I have to say. Yeah, if I could play these types of tournaments, I think that's a pretty good goal to aim for. It's good to see as well, like some of the tournaments that, you know, as a child you want to kind of aim to play, like Indian Wells, Miami. Like actually being here and seeing what the event is gives you that extra motivation, because I think sometimes when you say, oh, I want to play on the tour, you don't really know what that means.
You're right.
I think it's great to be here and be, you know, motivated by that, play on, you know, courts, go to the tournament. I'm going later this evening, so yeah, it's a good experience.
That's awesome, man. Also, some of you guys may not know, but Felix is actually only 20 years old, and
you made that sound very young. You make it sound like I'm a child.
No, but you're doing amazing things online on YouTube.
Appreciate
and
it.
other social platforms, and I've been following your journey for a long time, so it's awesome to connect at the various different events and even get to play some today as well.
Yeah, it was good.
But I just want to ask for the guys out there, what type of guys and girls out there,
everyone,
what type of game style would you describe your game?
I say I'm mainly an aggressive baseliner, but I think I like to serve and volley and mix it up as well. I think it kind of, my game style is very, when it's on, and when it's off, I need to find ways of problem solving a little bit. Sometimes I'll have days where I'm not really feeling it, which can become quite difficult. But when I am feeling it, I can play against players much higher than myself quite confidently. So I definitely think just trying to incorporate a good serve and return, a big forehand, and then solid backhand and good hands, I think will give me all the tools that kind of I need to rise up there, and also just building on, you know, weapons, serve and forehand basically, to just try and win points basically.
Definitely, I'll be showcasing a lot of your huge serves as well.
Ripping forehands.
And crushing forehands into my backhand side, you gave me no mercy out there. So from my experiences on the Pro Tour, one thing that I would try to work on, and didn't probably give myself enough time to work on, was my mental mind. What are you doing on court, off court, to work on your mindset?
It's a good question. I think that being on the tour is a very mind-numbing thing to do week in, week out. So it's important to have breaks, have time socially to unwind a little bit. I know players, sometimes if they do too much of that, can have quite a bad reputation as being unprofessional, but I think to an extent, whatever makes, you know, every player is different, whatever makes you play tennis in the best possible mindset is important. For me, I'm not really on that side, I'm a little bit more focused, but I'd say having important like social activities and stuff is really important. Having a goal is also important. Setting your expectations and boundaries in terms of where you want to get to. It's easy to say, oh, now I've done really well this week, and then next week, oh, I need to do well again, and then again, and then again, and actually look at it, okay, this year already I've achieved what I want to achieve. Let's try and build on it, but then if it doesn't go my way, let's not try and judge myself based off for these 2-3 weeks of tournaments. You know, it's a bigger picture.
Yeah, and that's what I really love about what you're doing, is you have big visions, big goals.
I do.
Which leads on to my next question. What were some of the goals you look to achieve in the next, let's say short term, maybe 1 to 3 years from now? What would Felix have in mind?
I'd love to be pushing challenges for singles and doubles. I think that, you know, getting to that level is just more about consistency as opposed to level. I think on a good day, like I said, I have the level to compete with those guys. It's just, can I do it day in, day out? Can I mentally cope day in, day out? So just over the next 1 to 3 years, building on that, focusing on rising up the ranks. My next short-term goal is top 1,000 ATP. It's like 9 singles ATP points. Which can come very quickly. You know, you can if you win 3 rounds in one tournament, you get 8 points or something like that. So 1 or 2 good weeks can really put me up there. And I think that building on that, then just trying to play, you know, challenger level, and of course, hopefully, kind of 5 years, I'd like to be pushing ATP Tour, or at least qualies of slams. I think that would be a great goal.
No, I'm very excited to be following your journey, and it's an absolute pleasure playing tennis.
Yeah, it was fun.
Here,
I enjoyed it.
So thank you so much, Felix.
Awesome. Cheers, Dylan.
Cheers, mate.